Hi, I'm Sue with Vintage Rescue Squad. I've been selling in antique malls for 3.5 years, and before that I did flea markets. What I'm going to talk to you right now about is the kind of things to buy and the kind of things not to buy. The best thing to do when you're buying is figure out what people are passionate about, what they care the most about. If you can nail that, then you have a buyer. One of the things I like are military items. The old photographs, which I cannot keep in stock, a service etiquette book, binoculars, photographs. Military's huge around here. I strongly suggest buying it. You can find it cheap at flea markets and estate sales and yard sales. Another thing that I focus on is medical items. There's a lot of doctors around here. I find that anything that is involved with a profession is something that people will want to collect. So I have old medical books, a medical bed, Red Cross. I went to a Red Cross auction, and old pharmaceutical bottles, and these move very, very well. Another profession that's big around my area is journalism, and I work for a newspaper, and a lot of people in my office have vintage typewriters as decoration. Anyone that is interested in a profession will want the vintage items harking back to the previous time. In addition, I also get a lot of photographs and a lot of cameras because those are the perfect gifts for the enthusiast. Living in the Washington, D.C. area, political items are huge. This booth is all political items, and he has another booth downstairs that's all political buttons, and it's a gold mine. If you don't believe me, check out this Teddy Roosevelt cigar box for $95. Then again, it's been here for a long time. Okay, that's it. Don't forget about the men in your life. Men love what I call man-tiques. And what are their enthusiasms? Car stuff. My brother-in-law bought this windshield wiper cabinet, which is awesome. And anything railroad moves quickly. Oh, and sports. Don't get me going about the sports photos and sports equipment. I bought a huge megaphone that I can't wait for the right buyer for. What I wouldn't buy is wicker. We agreed on that last weekend. This is the most beautiful three-piece set of wicker furniture, but it's been here for over a year and a half. Nobody wants to clean wicker, nobody wants to sit on wicker, and nobody wants to buy wicker.
You're on.
One of the hardest things to sell in this economy is furniture. If you don't want to deal with high-end furniture, which I don't because I'm not going to fight all the other dealers that have more money, is to buy cheaper furniture or furniture in disrepair. But sometimes it's a big pain. If you don't want your furniture to end up in your personal basement with what I call the furniture ICU because it needs so much work, don't bother. There's going to be a buyer for everything. You don't have to be that buyer.
Good.
One thing I would always buy is salvage items. Salvage is huge, at least in my area, and you can get it for a song. You'll find some on the side of the street. You'll find some if you contact demo companies. All these fixtures, people that love vintage items want vintage hardware, vintage windows, vintage shutters, vintage everything in their home, creating an authentic experience. I would buy any of this stuff anytime I find it. Doorknobs, latches, skeleton keys, all of that. I would definitely buy it, and you will always make money on it.
You're on.
I would not buy china or silver unless you love it and you know a lot about it. There are too many booths that have too much of this stuff. Good collectors will know what's worth it and what's not, but you may think that you're getting a good score at a flea market or a garage sale, but you're going to be sitting on it for a long time, you're going to be washing it, and you're going to be dealing with it when it breaks. So personally, I stay away from it unless it's a really unusual and rare piece.
You're on.
And now it's true confession time. What was the stupidest purchase I ever made? I fell in love with this circus poster knowing that circus items are huge. You see them in the anthropology catalog and you see them all over the place. I fell in love with this poster. The dealer told me I could get triple my money on it. I paid a lot more than I felt comfortable. And guess where it's sitting? In the basement at our antique shop with a big honkin' price tag on it. It's my albatross. Don't buy something just because the dealer tells you it's worth it. He probably does believe that it's worth it, but that was probably 15 years ago. This one is cool, and I love it, but without graphics and without a big name circus, it isn't worth it. And I'm going to be sitting on this for a long time, or it's going to be hanging in my home.